Hey, it's your girl Be Real, and thank you so much for joining me for another moment in the meantime. It's been a minute since we've had a moment together, right? But I am here today and I am super excited, right? Um, yeah, I'm gonna just jump straight on in because it just seems like every time I have a plan, every time I have um just my way of what things are gonna be or how things are gonna look, um it just always takes a turn, So it's kind of like I guess I'm just really back at the thought of one of my earlier episodes where I just said I don't know what I'm doing. um it's actually, I was looking at stats yesterday too, and it's one of, I think it's like the second most downloaded episode, which I think is so funny that the one of me just being like, look, I do not know what I'm doing. That one happens to be one of the more popular episodes, but that fact remains true on today. And so, yeah, like I said, I had a plan on when I was going to resume the episodes and how I was going to do so, but something actually came up today on social media that, and by the time you hear this, it'll be tomorrow. But something came up today on social media that just really pricked at my heart very strongly. And I usually don't chime in on whatever the happenings are on social media, especially when it's just kind of like foolishness. Which is why I've chosen to bring my opinion and bring my thought process to Real Talk today versus just letting it fly out on like a Facebook post or anything like that. But I'll just be, I won't really beat around the bush, but it's the stuff about a preacher. And yeah, so everybody, and I didn't know what it was, but apparently it's like a video or something. I didn't see the video. Yeah, I'm just trying to stay as far away up out of there as I can. But it was just, just kind of craziness or whatever. And how I knew that something was going on, because when I logged onto Facebook, it was all over my timeline. Like people just like making jokes about, I will not repeat most of the statuses that I saw, but it was just like the topic of conversation today. And like I said, normally I don't get like, I'm very unmoved by most things. I'm very unmoved, unbothered, could care less. That's just who I am. But for some reason, I went to Bible study tonight, and just afterwards, I was just kind of just sitting there meditating, and all of a sudden, like, my heart just broke. It broke so badly over the way we act sometimes. Yeah, my heart broke. And so, like I said, I took to this episode so that I could really just say what's on my heart and just really share what I believe is on God's heart, or what he shared with me anyway. The first thing is, just straight up and down, like, if you are an ambassador of Christ in any capacity, along with that comes a responsibility to not be common. Comes a responsibility to, just try your very best to just do better than what you want to do. Like, because we're all human and we all, make mistakes and have our shortcomings, but there's just a responsibility to just really try to live a life that is pleasing to God. And y'all got to hear me when I say this, that this is not passing judgment on anyone, because, hey, so yeah, I ain't that girl. I ain't gonna do that. But God, that's on his heart. And I don't say that like to y'all, I'm saying that to us, because that's what God was even like, Brittney, hey, like, you are an ambassador of mine, and I expect you to live a life that looks like that, So when I say that, I'm not saying it like from me to y'all. I'm saying it from God's heart to our hearts. I don't think he desires us to become perfect, because perfect is just like, we won't reach perfection, but we really do have to try our very best to just live a life that looks like what we say, practice what we preach, that's just kind of that on that. But what God really pressed upon me is the responders, the people who respond, and how a lot of times as Christians, when there is a matter that comes up that's related to, church matters, or, a pastor did that, or a first lady did that, or did you see that? Like a lot of times the people who carry the drama, or carry the news, or carry the mess, is not always people in the world. It's the people who are supposed to be in the church and supposed to be the ones who live for Christ. We're often the ones who carry the mess and uplift it, and make it known to everyone, and make it available for to be viewed. It's often us who ultimately makes a mockery of Christianity, makes a mockery of Jesus. And I don't, it's not like me to really take things so seriously, but my heart literally shattered at the number of people who just like made jokes and was able to just think this thing is funny and say, oh, well, the pastor this, or oh, well, the pastor that. And it's just like, no, that's not funny, because there are already so many people who look for a reason to say that God isn't real, or look for a reason, or look for fault in the church. And so God literally just took me to, in the Bible, I was in Matthew somewhere, where Jesus was literally being crucified, and how people walked by saying mean things to him and was just mocking him because he said he was the king, and people just mocked him. And God was just like, it's the same now. It's just every time you share something that doesn't bring glory to the Father, that doesn't that doesn't bring glory to him, like, you're mocking him all over again, and it just broke my heart, and I cried, because like I said, I'm not saying this like from me to you, I'm saying this from God's heart to us, that sometimes we really make light of Christianity, and we make light of going to church, and we make light of our relationship with him, and we make light of these things. And most times we make light of these things all because we want to be a part of a narrative. We want to be a part of a conversation. And God just said to me, Brittney, it's not profitable to be a part of every conversation. And so I didn't intend for my first episode back to be so weighty and serious, but I want to remind my listeners that it's not profitable for us to engage in every single conversation that's happening. Sometimes we need to be the ones to really be set apart and pray. When somebody's skeletons have fallen out, when somebody's video has been leaked, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? And then it don't just have to be like a preacher or a pastor or anything like that. Like, just in general, like, imagine what if your video got leaked. It wouldn't be funny. You would be devastated with all the conversation going on. And you might say, oh, but I ain't got no video, sis. I ain't never done no video. Like, you know what I'm saying? But don't just think about in terms of a video. Like, what if your skeleton fell out? How would that, like, come on, man. And it's just a lot. But, well, it's just a lot. But blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And let me tell you something. We've all needed mercy. Okay. And if you've never needed mercy, you will need mercy before your life ends. And so I think that opportunities like these, even if we don't know the person, see, we think that we have to extend mercy to people that we know. But I believe that God is even challenging us to extend mercy in situations like these, where you have the opportunity to get a laugh if you share it, or if you make a joke on social media. Like, you have an opportunity to, either be the person who's just joining the conversation, or you can be the person who chooses to extend mercy by just remaining silent about some things. And so I just believe that God's heart for us today is to just, fall back a little bit on the worldly conversation. And like, really, you don't have to participate in that. Like, let's not crucify Jesus again. Let's not mock him again. Let's not pierce him in the side again, and I'm usually not this, serious about stuff like that. Like, most times I don't care like that. Like, it doesn't bother me. I literally could care less about most topics, but for some reason tonight, it really broke my heart. And I feel like God allowed it to break my heart just so I could hear his heart and share it with you all. So yeah, that's it. That's what I have to say today. And like I said, I didn't expect this to be the welcome back to Real Talk today, but that's what it is today. And I just believe that that's God's heart for us. And yeah, so, in the meantime, just remember, man, that you are loved, you're chosen, you're beautiful, and you are enough. That's what it is. If you choose to be a part of the ITMT family, all you have to do is text ITMT to the number 31996, and you'll be the first one to receive updates on all things Be Real. If you have not followed me on Instagram, go ahead and do that now at B.REEL. If you put REAL, you will not find me there. So go ahead and follow me now, and I'll follow back. But that's what it is today. Yeah. That's what it is. I already told you that you're loved, you're chosen, you're beautiful, you are enough. So that's what it is. And I'll be chatting with you guys soon. Bye.